Rightio. So let's have a look. Question 5. It says a piece of wire, 80 centimetres long, is cut into two pieces. One's bent into a square, the other into a rectangle, and it's 4 times as long as it's wide. So what I've done is I know my wire is 80 centimetres. I put this, there's my square, it's going to be X, 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 and X. My Y is going to be Y, and this is going to be 4y because it's 4 times as long. And it tells me let x be the length of the side of a square, y be the width of the rectangle. So I'm going to write the formula. So I know the perimeter, so that, which is 4x, and then this, y plus 4y plus y plus 4y, it's going to be 10y. It's going to be equal to 80. So there's my question. And that's done. Now, we want the area to be the sum of the areas of the square and the rectangle. Find the formula for A in terms of X. So my area is going to be the sum of these two areas. The area of my A is X times X, gives me X squared. The area of the rectangle is going to be length by width, which is 4y times y, gives me 4y squared. Now, if I rearrange this original one, because we want A in terms of X, okay, so down there. So what we've got is rearranging this because we want to get rid of this y. So I've turned this around and I've got y in terms of this. Now I've got this horrible looking thing here. So I want to expand in the CAS calculator. So if I'm clever, I've got this over here. So we get a calculator. We can go menu, algebra, expand, and then we can type all of this in. So, okay, so I've jumped ahead. So we had, sorry, I'm over here again. So I've got this y here. So I've subbed the y in where I saw the y in my x squared. So my y squared there, I put that in there. Sorry, I forgot to explain that before. So here's my equation. So I've got my x squared plus 4 times all of this squared. So there's my x squared plus 4 times all of this, and then it's squared. Okay, so I've got that. Now I've pressed expand, and I've got this. So that looks pretty ugly, and I've written it on there. So use CAS Calc to convert to decimal. Oops. So how do I do that? So what I go is I go back to my menu, and I've got actions. Number. See this? It says convert to decimal. So if I just do that, answer. So this is saying this answer, I want to convert to a decimal. So I press my enter, and look at that. I get that as that. So that makes it very, very nice and easy. Okay, just going to pause for a sec. Rightio. So over here, the question said, use the CAS calculator to graph and find the minimum. So what I've done, if we go over to here, and you can copy that. So you can highlight it and copy it. Okay, so Control C will Control C, just like on a computer, copies it. Now I've opened up a home page, and then just like on a computer, Control V will paste it. Now, when I do that, there's nothing there because if you think the x-axis is going to be plus 256, so I'm going to squash this down, and I'm going to move it all the way. So we've got to move it. Got to move it a long way. So I'm just going to pause for the moment. Okay, so now I've found my graph up here. I want to find this point here. So how do I do that? Once again, go to menu. I'm in my graph. I'm going to analyze graph. And see how it says maximum and minimum? If I go minimum, now if I highlight that side and drag it over to there, look at that. Just lift that up so you can see it. I get my minimum value. So I know my minimum value is 7.8 and 156. I want to find the value of how much wire I used. Sorry, how much wire I used for that. I know my x is going to be 7.8, so I put that into here and I can work it out. Oh, sorry, I know 4 times 7.8 because it was my square. I get that, and so I take it away from 80. I get my value there because I've got my x for when it's a minimum. So that times that gives me 4x. 4 times x will give me how much for my square. Okay, I'll leave that with you. So I press stop.